Hello everyone, it is me, Anthony Coach, and I'm taking a little bit of a break from my usual YouTube guitar lessons to offer you this review on this. It is the Charvel San Dimas, or San Dimas. The short review is that I really like it, but if you want to hear the full review, then stick around. Okay, right, so here we go. This is the review. Right, first things first. I think the first thing that I've got to talk about when I'm holding this guitar, and for anyone that ever looks at this guitar, is the finish. I love the finish. It's called Neon Pink. You can get it in many other finishes, but there is just something about this guitar. I wasn't really that much into Charvels until I actually saw one in person. I went to the guitar shop and I just kept looking at other guitars like this, going to the Ibanez, you know, and then just keep looking at the neon greens and the oranges and reds and pinks, and they just kept catching my eye until one day I went into the guitar shop and I saw this one. This was heavily reduced because it's got a couple of very, very minor chips in it. They don't make a difference to me. In fact, the only difference they do make is they make the guitar unique to me. I could spot mine from a long line of other guitars. It's made it unique, but they did actually take off quite a bit of money for it. So that was another temptation in me buying this guitar. Yeah, so the finish, I mean, it just always makes me smile when I look at it. It's just crazy. It's funny. It's the novelty's not worn off. I've had it for a few weeks, and just the novelty of the boldness of it is just, I love it. And I know that probably no camera would do it justice. You have to see it in person. It's ridiculous. And it's got these Seymour Duncans. I don't know the model numbers of the actual individual pickups. You can search the Charvel website for that. All I know is that they sound pretty good. They're just really responsive. And I've always used DiMaggio's. This came with Seymour Duncans. I'm not going to change them. They sound good. All I know is that I like the sound that it makes. So I took the guitar off the rack in the shop, and it was a very cool shop. You go in, you ask to play the guitar. Always ask, never just take one off the rack. I was sat playing this guitar and I pretty much decided, I already knew 5 minutes into playing it that I was going to buy it with the price and the way it looked, and I played it and I really enjoyed it. But I played it for about 40 minutes, just sat there through this Marshall that they'd left me with, and it was about 40 minutes into playing it that I actually thought, oh, hang on a minute, I wonder if this happens. So I pulled on the volume pot and it popped out like that. And then what ensued was another half an hour of me playing with the single coil option. It's a coil tap. It's got a coil tap is what I'm trying to tell you. You've got, they call it the 6-pack of sound. You've got 6 different sounds. You can do that. That's going to come up in the cons section. But more on that later. But yeah, they call it the 6-pack of sound because you can have it on the bridge, you can have it in the middle, and you can have it on the neck. Then you can pull the coil tap out to have each of those again. Sorry, I just got a text. You can pull it out like that, and you've got the same configuration again, but as the single coil option, which, you know, why wouldn't you want that? The more options, the better. And it helps completely with your clean tones. Yeah, it looks every bit a shred machine, but you can clean it up, get some really glassy, crystal clear guitar tones out of those single coils. Floyd Rose comes with standard, it's a bit rickety. It's a Floyd Rose in it. You either love them or you hate them. I'm an Ibanez player mainly, and they've all got floating bridges, and I've just blocked them all off because I just got sick of tuning all the time, and just, you know, this, I got sick of this. Which, if you don't know, is this effect that when you bend one string, it creates tension on this, dips it down, and takes all the other strings out of tune. So it might seem a bit strange that I went and bought a guitar with a Floyd Rose again. I like having that option, and it's reversible in my Ibanez's, you know, I can just take those out when I feel like I want to do a dive bomb. But this guitar, I've not blocked off, and I bought it with the sole purpose of being able to do those crazy stunts with the whammy bar. But, you know, I still don't get on with the fact that it has to be in place. The thing I like about other trem systems is that you put the arm in and it's wobbly like this. It goes around, well, not wobbly, it goes around, you know, it's movable, but then when you come to use it, there is no ricketiness. On this, you either have it fixed with no ricketiness, which feels really nice, or you have it, you know, loose and dangly like that, but then you get this. Now I'm going to talk about the best feature on the entire guitar. This was the seller as soon as I picked it up, and it's the neck. The neck is maple, kind of it's a strat in it. It's a super strat, so it's just a strat neck. You're going to be used to the neck if you've played similar kinds of guitars. There's nothing really special apart from this truss rod adjustment here, which means that you don't have to take off the truss rod cover over here. You can just get your tools and do it over here without doing anything to this end. The back of the neck, it's not finished as such, it's just really smooth and kind of got a matte, almost rough feel, but it just feels really clean, and it's the most addictive guitar neck that I've ever played. You know, and I think the most important part of a guitar is the neck. This one, I just want to rub my face on it. It's just really, really nice, which is not strange in the slightest. So there's the pros of the guitar. It's got really nice pickups. It's got Floyd Rose for all your crazy stuff. Double locking, by the way. Amazing neck. A choice of completely out there finishes, as well as some slightly more tasteful ones if you want to be boring about it. This choice of having 6 unique different sounds, and you know, it looks every bit a shred machine, but it's an extremely versatile guitar. And in the weeks that I've had it, it's been one of those guitars that inspires me to practice, and that is what half of it's about, isn't it, really, when you're buying a guitar? Yeah, you've got all these things that you consider, price being top of the list, whether it's got all the functions that you need, but ultimately look comes into it, feel comes into it, and it all joins together to create something that is going to inspire you to take it out of your guitar rack and sit down and practice with it at full volume. So, and you're watching this video, you've probably watched a few more. And I'm probably video number 7 in your 30 video YouTube binge. So let me just be a very small voice in your ear, just saying, if you like the look of it, if you've played one in the shop and you want to know what other people think about it, just forget that. Does it make you want to practice? Is it going to make you want to pick up your guitar and practice? If the answer's yes, then go and buy it. But we've got a couple of cons that I personally don't like about this guitar. A few things that I will admit are more about me than the people at Charvel, but a couple of things that I think everyone would agree are quite annoying. And the first one, yeah, might get a bit of flack for this, but it's only got 22 frets. Now, I knew that when I was buying it. It's a Strat, isn't it? It's a super Strat. I could see the amount of frets when I was trying it out in the shop. I'm definitely not going to say to you, don't buy this guitar because it's only got 22 frets. What I am doing is I'm talking to the people out there who might have come from Jacksons or Ibanez's like me and wanting to try a Charvel. It's something that I didn't think I'd miss, but I miss it. I miss the option of sliding up to fret 24, or even just straight out playing it on fret 23. Here I've got to bend it, which it's not the end of the world. I've just got so used to playing a 24 fret guitar that this, when I reach those upper ends, it's not so much that I forget that I can't reach that top note naturally. It's more looking at the guitar, fret 17, 19, I have to consciously think about it, and when you're on the fly mid-solo, it could be a little bit off-putting to not see that extra dot up there to indicate where fret 24 is. It's something I might get used to, but it's when I pick up this guitar and play it, it's not long before I'm up here at this end of the neck. And I'm having to consciously bear that in mind. But this next one, this isn't me, this is the guitar. There is something wrong with this guitar, and that is this thing, this three-way pickup selector switch jams in between two settings. And that's me with the volume up. You can hear that it really quietens down the guitar. I don't know if that's going to pick up through the microphone, but there I can still hear the tiniest amount of guitar, but for the most part it completely kills the sound. So if you're one of these players that is a quick switcher in between your solo, you know, you switch from the neck to the bridge to the middle, you're going to find eventually that you just met with silence, and it's going to throw you off your floor. I can't count the amount of times I've been playing and I switch pickup and it's just not there. It's let me down a couple of times, this switch. Easily fixable, but should I have to? The next one is again something that I don't get on with. You might like it, but I'm not a big fan of this tone knob. They've called it the no load tone knob, and what it means is that if you've got your tone turned fully up, then the tone knob is essentially vanished. It's got absolutely no effect on the tone. The moment that you alter the tone knob, that's when it starts to alter the signal. But you go up and you can feel this click, and now it's kind of half locked into position. You'd have to apply a bit more extra pressure to get it going again. And they use that as an indicator to you to know when you've switched the tone knob off. I don't like it. As I say, other people might, and I'm sure it's all very innovative and very cool, but it's not for me. I really do like really quick volume, you know, just bang, done. Bang, done. And I'm the same with the tone as well. This gets in the way when it's dangling, which is bad enough. It just little things like that, which kind of could be said to be personal to me, but you might not have thought of these. You might be watching this and looking at me and going, oh yeah, that'd annoy me as well. It's kind of working against you very slightly. I'm being nitpicking here because, you know, it's a review and I have to say the bad with the good. But yeah, I would say that I could do without that clicky, no-load tone knob. Yet again, there is nothing stopping me from modding it and taking it away, apart from my own lack of ability as a guitar modder. You might be watching this thinking, well, that's just a simple case of, you know, taking out this and doing that. Do that, that's perfect. Then the other thing, I've not made up my mind whether this is due to the scale length, you know, being a shorter scale length guitar, or it could be the strings. I've not actually changed the strings yet. Very bad, I know. But the string tension is quite high. Find myself fighting. For bends, I'm finding myself having to push a little bit more. I've got very lazy over the years on my, you know, longer scale guitars, easier bends. The thinnest strings I can find, I don't know what strings these are. They might not be the ones that I'm used to. But when I come away from playing this guitar for a while, my fingers just feel that extra little bit of having done a little bit of a workout, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, I find that bends, the guitar fights back a little bit more than other guitars that I've played. Oh yeah, very quickly, it crackles. A lot. Is it the wiring? Is it the volume pot? Is it the pickup? I don't know. I'm not a guitar tech. I don't care. All I know is that I don't want it to. So eventually I'm going to have to sort that out because it's got increasingly annoying. Didn't mind it at first when the novelty of everything on it was hadn't worn off yet. But now I'm just playing it and using it to sit and practice and write and play. It's got annoying, so I need to do something with that. But it shouldn't be like that straight out the box. So all in all, if I had to review this guitar, I would say it's, in my eyes, a flawed beast of shred. A bit like me. I really don't like having to say bad things about it to you because I don't want to put you off buying it. If you put off by the colour of it when you go to your guitar shop and you see it and you think, well, it's a bit flamboyant, forget it. Take it off the shelf, ask first, and just play it, and you'll fall in love with this neck, I'm sure. If you're a Strat player, or if you're into your shred or your fast stuff, this kind of matte, semi-rough feeling neck, it's just so Moorish. That's about it. That's all I can really say about it. I'm very happy with my purchase. Couple of things later down the line I'm going to change on it. I might even block the trem and just get rid of this wavy arm once the novelty of doing my dive bombs wears off. But I'm loving it. You may love it too. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Anthony Couch. Subscribe for more. I usually do lesson videos and covers and things like that. This is just a one-off review. I might do more reviews if it gets any kind of response. So you've got to let me know if what I said was good or bad. Anyway, subscribe. Bye. Thank you very much.